Dugout, apologies for being late. Today we are having a review meeting, and it was all because for you guys we are late because we were discussing how is it that we can engage with you guys even more. So that whole brainstorming was happening, which is why we are late. But we may be late, but we are here nonetheless for you guys.
Unlike yesterday, we managed to add a fourth member to the panel today. It took a lot of convincing to get Siddharth Vishwanathan back. He doesn't like coming back from his chutti days, but we managed.
That's why he's going to take another day tomorrow, he said.
No, but then who spread that rumor that I don't like to come? Who's I like to come?
It's well established. You have a personal rapport with people over here, with people who join us every day. You really cannot resist staying away from the Sports Today studio.
Yeah, I can't.
No, he enjoys 2 days, he enjoys off.
I know what he looks forward to on day one. That happened?
Which one? No.
Nahi? Oh yeah.
That couldn't happen.
I also forget on every first. You remind me and I forget then.
Issue with the supplies.
Big issue.
Yeah.
Big
I
problem.
forgot to supply it.
By the way, yesterday
You
he
were a
called
supplier.
you a troll.
Yeah.
Called me a troll.
He called you a troll on the show. He said hater, MS Dhoni hater. He's not there with us today. You know, he would have said. We will
And
show the
Shubham
clip
Garg,
also.
Shubham Garg
texted
didn't
him.
even bring you in the conversation. He
Huh?
just
That
made
was
a
Sarthak Arya.
Sarthak Arya, whosoever it was. I think it was Shubham, whosoever it
Sarthak
was. But and then there was no mention of any name or no troll army or anything. And we were all wondering who the person he's talking about. Later, only to realize it was a generic statement, not pointing at anyone.
No, he mentioned that comment, Sarthak Arya, that, what about those guys who hate on MS? Today they've got. And so I asked, who do you think he's talking about? And Shashwat was quick enough to tell us. Obviously, he's talking about Siddharth Vishwanathan because he's a hater of Dhoni and he's a troll. And he's
goes on to add that I'm going to be giving Siddharth sir a call as well after we're done with the show.
No, that was just a cover up. Then later, Sarthak Arya said, but I was not talking about him in particular. I was just making a general statement. No. But he assumed that he's.
But Sidvi sir, I praised you a lot after that.
But Siddharth, you know
I didn't ask anyone.
when you'll have an opportunity going forward in the week to be unkind to him.
Yeah, see.
You don't have to
It is a simple.
pay him in the same currency.
Okay. A dialogue for Shashwat Balla for this, okay? अंधे के हाथ अगर बटेर लग जाए ना तो उसे शिकारी नहीं कहते हैं. Okay? Meaning, if you catch a bater, you know what's a bater? It's a game bird.
Partridge.
It's a game bird used for hunting. So, if you manage to catch a partridge or a game bird during a hunt, you can't call yourself a hunter.
No, that's not what he said. If hunters catch that, but if a blind man by chance catches it, then you can't call him a hunter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, it's...
But how is it relevant over here?
क्योंकि something else was been said. किसी का नाम नहीं है, but you automatically assume.
No, but I
blind lane में you tried अंधेरे पे तीर चलाना, and that's what happened.
This is the only place where I disagree with you. That is on my side. So you went after him for so many days, and yesterday when he proved everyone wrong, you were not here.
Okay, so if Shashwat and the rest of the fans would rewind.
But after that, I protected you as well. And you remember when Gulati sir fiasco happened, I was the one protecting you over here.
Okay, but the Gulati sir fiasco is different. What I'm telling you is
that also I did.
In the Rajasthan Royals game, I didn't blame MS Dhoni for the loss. I said the top order was responsible. You can't blame.
That game,
Okay, so
you remember we had a full debate where you said that it is MS Dhoni who's responsible for whatever is happening with Chennai.
Of course it is. I still maintain it is.
He silenced the haters.
He didn't silence the haters because have Chennai Super Kings jumped to the top of the table? Are Chennai Super Kings now within range of the top 4?
No, but
they aren't.
Mahi Bhai has proven again that he's still the same.
One hand six.
Man of the match after 2011, 2100 days.
You only wrote it and you don't remember. 2175 days.
I googled that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact number.
2175. COVID happened, the world changed, everything happened. That was the last time he had won the Man of the Match award. In 2019.
Yesterday he said, I didn't deserve the Man of the Match award. You should have given it to Noor, who bowled very well. And I kind of agree with MS Dhoni. That's what you have to like about him.
Yes.
So objective. It's not about him. People allege that CSK has become all about MS Dhoni. But look what MS said. I don't deserve the Man of the Match. You should have given it to Noor.
He could have given it though. Just say. Like Gautam Gambhir did.
No. But what's the point? You can show that I want to give it, but eventually it will go in the record. He is going one step ahead, saying, don't give him me only. See, Gautam Gambhir gave it, but in the record book, it's still Gautam Gambhir. That's just a gesture. Dhoni doesn't believe in these fake gestures. Real thing. He said, don't have me on the record also. Give it to Noor.
Did he also get a hairdryer?
Hairdryer is only in PSL.
Only in PSL.
Exactly. But Dhoni could have gotten a hairdryer. He had that much of hair in 2023.
PSL is also really gearing up these days.
Not really.
No,
there is
youngsters
hardly.
over there also, like in India, the stars aren't doing well in India. It's the youngsters who are really performing well there also.
Dhoni did well.
Youngster only na.
Virat Kohli is doing very well.
Except Rohit.
Abhishek, not Abhishek, sorry. Jaiswal and
Jaiswal
Rohit.
also is
75.
Yeah, that 175. But
2 games Jaiswal has had. One at the start, yes.
Yes.
starting which game?
Yeah. Take out Jaiswal's knocks this
It
year.
was his first 50 that day.
No, he played one good knock. One other good knock he played. If not the first or whatever.
Sub
2.
50 total though.
He's got 2. May have been, but he's had 2 decent knocks.
But in Pakistan, at least the big stars aren't performing. It's the youngsters.
Why do we have to
Big
even?
stars are performing.
No, they aren't.
So then, how is it
The
different
youngsters
to-
are performing over
So how is it different to IPL then?
It's the same na.
Huh?
There also youngsters are performing.
No, there is a big difference.
What?
IPL is the premier T20 league.
Yeah.
PSL is a farmers league.
You
It
said
doesn't
that
even
about
deserve
Lucknow
to be
Premier
there
League.
in the top rank of T20 franchisees in the world. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm just mentioning it just like that.
No. It's like,
It's not
see,
even worth
apples
mentioning.
and oranges. You have to compare apples with apples, oranges with oranges. PSL isn't even any one of the top leagues in the world. IPL is a behemoth. Whatever you do in the PSL just doesn't get any kind of recognition. Okay, you know what's the ideal comparison to the PSL? The SLPL or the BPL. That's it. Facilities wise,
He got 67.
67.
He got 250.
PBKS.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
So how come you're saying only 150?
67.
2 matches out of 4-5 he's got. So that's what I was saying. He's played 2 good knocks.
Except for Rohit Sharma, everybody is doing okay. Except for Rohit
You
Sharma.
say it with so much confidence,
No,
you put doubt in my head
No,
also,
I-
that I must be seeing some other IPL only. That I remember him getting.
No, I
He's
couldn't
tempting you
recall.
towards the
You said
PSL
only
also.
150.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
couldn't recall.
He's tempting you towards the PSL. That's the only thing. There's nothing in that. But see, MS Dhoni doesn't deserve the player of the match, or someone else deserved it. In the end, he got it. Yes, he capitalized on Rishabh Pant's ineffective tactical nuance yesterday. We are all praising Pant. Yesterday, he lost it. As a captain, he totally lost it. You had
One error.
But that was a big one.
Yeah, it was. Of course, we mentioned it in our
Yes.
post show. It was a big error. He came out and said that yes, there was an option of going with him, but then I consulted a lot of other players. Also, it was a close call, and we thought, okay, let's take it deep, and that backfired.
it
clearly.
backfired because
When was he planning to? How did 21st over to wasn't going to
No,
be there? He didn't
not
even give him
deep
the
as in
last
this.
over.
No. Deep does not mean Bishnoi would have come, but let's try and push it as much as we can, and take the game to a situation where they are totally out of it. But yeah, I agree that 1 wicket could have. He said, no, we discussed with a lot of players, but we couldn't take him deeper.
But that's the job. I think again.
No, he meant they could not take him at that deep point of the game.
Yeah.
But he consulting, I totally agree that you do consult everybody, but coming out and saying that in a post-match presentation where you are the captain and you have to take all the praise also and all the negative things also on yourself. So putting it on somebody else that I heard
No,
listening.
he's not mentioning everyone.
But he by
Whosoever
saying that
leadership
It's his
group-
discussion. It's his call
then-
for sure.
yeah.
He's just mentioning the process, what happened. That we
You know,
spoke
you
to a lot of
need him
them.
to have-
And sometimes if like I'm 50-50 and then I speak, I consult all of you guys, and then if I'm really confused, then whatever majority is saying, then I say, okay, gives me a reason to agree to that. I think that's what he's mentioning. Blame will lie with him. Everywhere you've you've discussed, you've written Pant only, na?
He had to have borrowed some courage from Rajat Patidar. He decided to go with Krunal Pandya at 1 khede.
No, actually,
He
even
himself
Pant
did it.
went with Shabazz in that
Yeah.
first game where he bowled a spinner,
Yeah.
which I thought was the right call. But
Yeah.
maybe it's because of that, right? That game they ended up losing.
But that
so
was-
sometime you have
that
that
was
in your
actually-
mind.
runs.
that was-
he although
I
made
agree.
a chance as well. Then.
I agree. I
that
thought
was
that was
bold.
the right decision at that time. But once that didn't work for him, and he was criticized that why do you not bowl Shardul Thakur in that
Shardul,
over?
yes.
Then it happens. This time he said, okay, let me bowl Shardul Thakur only. And Shardul Thakur gave away 19 runs and finished the game.
Yes.
So both ways not work for him.
He was not watching any of the IPL games now, it is certain. You have to get a spinner on when MS Dhoni comes in.
Yeah.
Period.
The predicament was that there was a Dubey at the other end. What if Dubey ended up playing 4 balls and smashed 3 of those 4 boundaries?
But Dubey didn't
I
look
think
like
that was the risk Pant wasn't willing to take yesterday.
MS also didn't look like finishing a game till now, but he did.
He did.
One-handed 6 also he had.
Exactly.
Out of the ground.
Whatever it is, he's only bought himself time, and the criticism now will be kept in the sidelines.
By the way, CSK felt like because I spoke with somebody who had very good seats yesterday in the stadium and enjoyed the action. Happens to be a Lucknow resident, but a CSK fan.
We know the reason.
And yeah, he was telling me stories about how the entire stadium was painted yellow. There was home supporters were outnumbered. The noise reached another crescendo, reached another level once MS came out to bat, scored all those runs as well. So an absolute treat for those who were inside the stadium yesterday.
Clearly his popularity is not dipping.
Yellow.
Won't dip.
Suggested.
Full yellow.
Won't dip. Why
No,
should it
said
dip?
that
Talking
he's
about seats,
harming
anybody-
his legacy, he's harming, by playing. Clearly it's not that.
He's, let's make no bones of, he's clearly harmed his legacy.
But so many
One
people in
win will
Lucknow
not-
also coming and still cheering it. Not one win. They came before he had won.
Yeah.
So that means they still not supporting their own team and supporting the opposition team because of Thala.
You'll see that in Delhi also.
But they're not playing in Delhi.
So no chance.
They're not playing in Delhi.
More DC supporters, no chance. In
But
fact,
you know,
mark my
this
words
season-
I know, but even then,
This season fans are coming
It
out.
hates me to see when I see the kind of turnout even for a KKR match when there's plenty of those KKR supporters. If you want to make any ground, or especially a home ground, your fortress, truly your home surface, home ground, then you have to be having more seats dedicated, or there have to be more occupants of the home team. And I don't see, because you look at legacy teams, you will not have
But
these.
they can't force people to come and support Delhi, na?
You can't, and that's the
He's
unfortunate.
not saying force. He's saying
It's the unfortunate part that
Yeah, should be there.
for some legacy teams, even an RCB for that matter, you will always have a huge chunk of supporters who will be supporting the opposition team, and I don't always see that. Yes, Lucknow, but maybe they're a new franchise. They're still far away from being a legacy team for that matter. But you will never see this kind of support
With
extended.
Delhi this time I'm seeing the change. Maybe that's because of the results as well, but I feel the difference this time. There are more Delhi supporters, there are people turning out.
and they're
Even
winning.
in Vizag also. There were even in Vizag lots of people
Vizag
came.
there was good support.
Even Delhi first game I think there were a lot of people who
But they
came
were
to
not
support.
Delhi fans who turned up in Vizag.
Yeah, they were not
So here the organic
They were at
Delhi
least wearing
fans,
blue.
yeah, that. If you're giving corporate seats and so many sponsors, everything from one, you will wear that, no? But I'm saying organic fans, because of how well Delhi is doing. Previously, they were reluctant to go to the stadium to see another hammering of their own Delhi team. This time they'll have the
Don't mind
courage.
those times.
They'll say, "No, boss,
They
we'll
don't
go. We
treat
want to
their
go." see."
organic fans nicely as well. They didn't send a jersey for me till now.
Did you you said you didn't want
Yeah.
any help? You wanted them to write.
Nobody helped really was.
Maybe
till now.
our viewers also not too fond of you. That's
See,
why they're not writing for you.
Then you-
I'm guessing if Siddharth would have said, they would have written for him.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't want to be in that kind of a predicament where I have to ask people, please, yeah, crowdfund me or do something.
No,
Crowdfund. He said, write
Gesture.
on the Delhi handle, send a jersey to Shashwat.
We didn't ask for crowdfund.
Sorry, I'm not doing it for you. Especially since you tried to pull that prank yesterday, I'm not
No
doing it for
prank.
Prank? No,
It
Siddharth.
wasn't
I
a
look at
prank.
it as blatant maligning.
you. Maligning,
It's
exactly.
maligning you. You should see the show.
Please, he
I'll
was
see.
Towards the end.
seriously.
I had told Pawan to take a clip out and show it to you in the show,
He
but
called
Pawan
me
is
in the morning.
Shashwat's friend.
He-
He's not taken it out.
He
because
called
of
me in
that.
the morning. Shivambia specifically mentioned it on our producers group that this reel needs to be taken out. He called me also. And where is it? I said, I have no idea.
That is
Which
why
reel
one
is
of the
it?
comments when I was doing the morning rap today mentioned, oh, he's crying today. Then I'm like, see, that's the image that you built of me. That's the problem.
How can somebody else build someone's image?
Why? You've got this platform. There are
But you also
595.
sit on this platform, na? So I can't.
I say the facts. When somebody mentioned no name of me, you got my name in.
That is true.
That too. I told you when I told you this upstairs also. This is just on Mahi Bhai because
But
of Mahi
again,
Bhai.
again, there is something, there is a Harry Potter character, he whose name shall not be mentioned. That should have been followed yesterday. Nothing, I was
he
He who shall not be named.
he who shall not be named, exactly.
I should have done it when you were here.
Exactly. Or even when I am not here, I am nowhere connected in the conversation, yet kahi se bhi you have to get me in.
No.
There is another share that I want to dedicate to you, but I can't do it on camera. So it's okay. Yeah.
After, okay.
But from the Dark Lord, let's talk about the man who's the demigod, at least for a large chunk of fans out there in Indian cricket. Because while he may have collected that award yesterday, the Player of the Match award, and he's now become the oldest to collect the Player of the Match award in the IPL, there are still some worries, I think, and I'm not sure if a lot of people have taken note of that. But when I saw some of those visuals, MS Dhoni doesn't look 100%. I don't know if fans have taken note of that.
Well, he was never going to be 100% even then. When you came in IPL 2025, he was never going to be 100% for one simple bit. The age. What did you just mention? The oldest. Whatever it is, he will always have that injury with him despite a surgery, despite everything. I think even in 2024 also he had a knee problem.
Immediately after the IPL got over, he got himself treated.
And that was 23, right? That was 23. After winning the IPL title, he went for knee surgery. Then in 24, he again had a knee problem, which he had to manage. Now, he's again playing with a knee issue. So now, see, this is where one match, I'm just looking at one match, where you're won, everything is now suddenly swept under the carpet. I know. You know what's the other thing that's trending? Can CSK do a 2010? 2010, similar thing had happened. 7 games, they won only 2 and they lost 5. But then they had a resurgence towards the fag end.
The net run rate, yeah.
Dhoni, this one, 2010. Punjab match. Many people are saying this is the catalyst of it. Now, you've got another El Clasico Part 2 coming up. CSK versus MI in Wankhede. One team that wins in that, their IPL campaign is all but over.
No, that loses.
One team, I said, the one team that wins, their campaign is okay, just on track. The other loses is gone.
Yeah.
Their campaign is over.
He's saying the team that loses, they can.
Yeah, they're
Anyway,
done.
we want to know about his fitness and not what happens to Chennai from here on. They are living on a prayer, we know that. But MS Dhoni, at least now that those instances have emerged from yesterday's game, and there were many occasions where he was seen limping. For a detailed video, you can check out Sports Today. A detailed video of where all he was seen limping will be out. Some of you would have noticed in the match as well. I think that, in a sense, now explains the fact that why is he coming out and batting at the position that he is, because up until now there was a lot of criticism. Why is he coming at number 9? He's come at number 9 twice. So as Stephen Fleming pointed out, with him the case is not the position, but it's how many balls he can be in the middle, and he can't be there for many deliveries batting because of his knee condition. And I guess that was made very evident yesterday. While he was fielding, while he was batting, while the game had ended also, he found it very tough to be walking. So clearly fitness is an issue.
I mean, there is nothing PR spin worthy in this. I mean, as far as fitness is concerned, he's a liability. He's a liability on the Chennai Super Kings as far as fitness is concerned.
But he's doing his job as a wicketkeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Had he been an outfielder, I could...
Fine, but then as we mentioned in previous things, you can't just play MS the wicketkeeper in a team. But he contributed just with the one game with the bat.
No, but we've talked about this previously as well, that a finisher's role, you cannot expect him to finish it on all the occasions. This was the third time he had an opportunity to finish off a game. He failed on the previous 2 occasions. We talked about it. We talked about this also, that should he or should not he be playing. But on the third occasion, he did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 6 years he's helped you win 2 games. Mumbai and now this. You're okay with that as a finisher. I am saying this is a finisher role that you're talking about. I understand one season, it won't come off in 7 games, it won't come off in 5 games. Understandable. But for 6 years, wow, this is heights of leniency that we are talking about here.
But in just 6 years, the team was winning as well.
But
I'm talking about in combination. Since the time they are not winning and since the time he is not contributing.
again, he and Rohit Sharma are in the same boat. not fitness wise, but as far as results are concerned. Rohit never did well in the IPL barring 2 seasons. MS has not done well for 6 years.
Won't the franchise be happy with it even if he has not contributed? They have won because he was the captain as well.
Again, when was the last time he won? Rohit last won in 2020. MS won it in 2023. You're risking now 2 consecutive seasons where CSK won't make it to the playoffs. Fine, you won it in 21 and 23. You've equaled Mumbai Indians as the most successful team. Awesome. But your contribution with the bat ever since 2020, just have a look at it. Both for average, both for strike rate. Strike rate is awesome, but has it won you games?
The debate about batting is a bit redundant because, again, as I said, I think the debate about his fitness is more relevant. I'll tell you why debate about batting is redundant. Because I don't think he is staying in the team or being removed in the team basis on his batting performance. You could say anything that you would like, or quote past incidents that he's not firing. I think the only way he does not make the team, and that's the feeling you get from the team per se, is when he's not fit enough to play. I don't think there'll ever be a situation where, you're picking up his batting record and counting how many matches he's won and then deciding should he be playing or not. I don't think that's happening because the team management is not doing it. So there's no point you and I and all of us debating that, and we can debate it till the cows come home. But that, you can debate that about Rohit Sharma or whatever, because the franchise will take a call.
Yeah.
And is capable of taking a call. When the franchise here is not going to be taking that call, so then that discussion is moot. Why have that discussion? Does he continue or not? I think the more valid discussion to have is whether he'll be fit enough to be available for another season or not. This season, as you found out, he's clearly playing. But now that the knee injury has emerged, could this be then the last time you see him? Because how long can he manage? He's managing right now. How long can he manage with that knee injury?
2 more years.
He'll manage with this.
Of course he'll have to. Because
He'll have to, can he?
He will.
He said his body will decide.
10 months.
When he had
in the next 10 months.
When he had that surgery in 2023, he was out for 10 months, but then he came back now in 2024. If it's a similar kind of an injury, he will manage till 2025, get through the 10 months, and then he'll be back in 26, 27. He will honor the 3-year deal. But this is where the problem is.
No, but
like
even if
Indira is India, we had that term in the 70s, 80s. Indira is India, India is Indira. Dhoni is CSK, CSK is Dhoni.
But if he doesn't honor it, I don't think it will affect the franchise much. Obviously, as a whole, it will. But as far as the monetary thing is concerned, they'll have that much money left with them, then they can utilize that on some other.
We are not even talking
about.
But
What
still,
money?
that much amount they'll get anyway.
It is not even about the amount. Forget the amount. It is his experience, his persona at that dugout, at that stadium, at that team. Even 4 crores is peanuts. Forget the 4 crores. It's just his persona. You want his experience, you want his captaincy, you will play him on for 3 more years. Knee injury or no injury. That's why the comment came. Now, wheelchair maybe, I will still do it.
Okay, you think that MS, even with his fitness, plays 3 more years. He honors his contract.
3 including this year. Yeah.
I feel
No point talking about his batting form, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
That he will play.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on and plays for 3 more years. But I although feel that this could be the last year, but I won't be surprised. And according to me, the injury is not that big an issue. What I feel might be happening with MS Dhoni over here is that after a surgery, when you do anything a little high intensity of that body part, that does have such an effect that you are not able to walk for a while. That pain stays because you're not able to take that load for a while.
It's been 2 years since
Yeah.
that surgery.
1 year of me also, na, that's why I'm able to relate to that.
Acha, he's
Yeah.
relating your own injury with his injury.
No, I'm not relating. I'm just after post-surgery effects.
But you're talking
So he's
about
talking-
somebody double your age.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
he's
roughly.
so he's I agree.
Yeah, that is also.
So the recuperation is different.
Haan,
the way the body-
Yeah,
you're a
but-
young man.
Yeah, that is also.
Your knee got injured and you can still maybe come back.
But what the thing is that even after that, when you continue to put a little bit more load, that the sensation of that pain is so much that you can't even walk. So I do get where this limping is coming from. But as soon as you do icing for 15, 20, half an hour, 1 hour, you automatically start to feel normal. That's why we saw with MS Dhoni yesterday as well, that even though he was limping, ice pack was coming again and again. That's sort of a pain relief thing. So I feel he can still sustain with this injury. It's not that big an issue. He of course has much more resources than any normal person would have, and if he does that, his physiotherapy and all of these things, he can continue to play for 2 more years despite the knee injury. When he is able to keep wickets properly, that clearly means that in squatting there is no issue. The problem is in running between the wickets, because he's able to keep the wicket, so that means he's able to squat. All 20 overs, 120 balls, he's doing that. The problem is when he's going and running between the wickets. That maybe is putting too much load on his body because the intensity is so high. So I feel 2 more years he can easily do it.
I'm no soothsayer.
No, soothsayer is person who has magic wand.
Also somebody looks
at the
into
future.
So very difficult to talk about somebody who only shows up for 2 months in the entire year. It's a shot in the dark. Really don't know.
I'd be very surprised if he continues for the next season after this. I'd be very surprised because again he's not getting any younger. Now and I'm not saying that his batting form can be a result of the team dropping him. That will never happen because he'll be an asset for them no matter which form he comes in. But I think he himself may not want to continue with a situation where he himself is not as productive or feels helpless in winning the games. I think that may be a little too much for him to endure. It'll also depend on how the season pans out, and if the season doesn't really go according to plan, then that might be a case for him to go, because frankly what I saw yesterday of him limping, and now pretty much that he's only going to face a few deliveries. Yes, he's a great wicket keeper, but I know it's a call that he will take. He'll have 10 months to do that, but I'd be very surprised if he carries on for another season. Anyway, we will be here and we can always discuss it next season when that happens. Game coming up today. It's the return of Shreyas Iyer against his team, though this will be a game played at Punjab's home ground. But Shreyas Iyer, the IPL winning captain, against his former team. They retained 6 players, but Shreyas Iyer unfortunately was not one of them in the people that were retained. He's going to be facing his Mumbai captain on the other end in Ajinkya Rahane. So a lot of different contexts in this particular encounter to be played in Mullapur, and the overall head-to-head is of course overwhelmingly in KKR's favour at 21-12, but that doesn't mean for much. In fact, they're quite similar in the points table, 3 wins for both. Of course, Punjab have played 1 game less. So
last 8 matches 4-4. And when you look at it, the KKR PBKS encounter in Eden, 262 was chased down.
Johnny Bairstow.
And Shreyas Iyer was the captain. He's heading into this game.
He's been on the losing side
of both the highest totals.
Both highest chases.
Yeah,
He's been the captain on both occasions. Not the best signs though.
See, PBKS are coming off a hammering
Shreyas Iyer should be worried every time his team scores about 240, 250.
Yeah. He's like Australia, na? If you look at the top teams in cricket, when you look at totals chased, Australia feature prominently in that. 434, 371. Take your pick. So Shreyas
versus Chandrakant Pandit as well, right?
Yeah. Chandu sir.
Why versus
the battle of
he too was ready. I think the franchise did want to retain him. He did not want to get retained.
So why is it against Chandrakant Pandit? He couldn't have taken that call.
Or the battle of credit.
Yeah, the battle of credit. It's of course.
So the credit fight was not with Chandu sir, na?
Then who? See, SRK definitely did not take the credit. Of course. Who else will? Who else did in that? GG.
Yeah.
It would have been I don't think so, GG. Because I'll tell you why. Ideally, if I was seeing it from the outside, I also would have felt GG. But after the IPL, so much talk about Chandrakant Pandit in general started. So many players came out, and he
credited
Gautam,
him.
yaar.
Discredited
But even
him as
Gautam,
well.
that whole Sunil Narayan change was brought in by Gautam Gambhir and not
Yeah.
Chandrakant Pandit because he was managing the side from a year before.
Yeah, but not lots of players. He's definitely a hard task master. He's one of the best coaches as far as in India is concerned. He's shown those results as well. Maybe his method is not go. It does not go well with all of the players. Maybe it would not have gone down well with Shreyas Iyer as well.
Yeah.
Or was he also wanting to take that punt like Rishabh was and see what he gets
No,
in the
no,
auction?
no, I don't think so.
Maybe he didn't feel valued enough, and maybe he thought the price that you're retaining me, I can get a much higher price, and he did get a higher price in the auction.
26.75
Was
crores.
it about the again for Rishabh and for Shreyas, both of them? I feel, was it really about the price, or were there other issues as well? Because again, price to even Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Bumrah, all of
No,
them
they will
would
be-
have gotten much more
There'll be
if they came in the
of
auction.
course, there would have been many more issues, and it just couldn't have been based on price. But clearly, as far as I know, that he did think that he was worth much more than what they were offering him. As much as it
Not
pains,
just monetary.
no, monetary wise as well. As much as it may
No.
pain you to,
But see, I do understand that in Mumbai Indians case, Jasprit Bumrah, Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya decided to stay. Maybe also because of the additional perks that they get while getting a retained. It's not just the amount that you're getting.
what additional perks do they?
Any additional perks in
I don't know. You tell us.
No,
If
I
you
don't-
say
I
something,
also don't know
don't
any-
go a sweeping statement. Tell everyone.
I don't know what the additional perks are, but when you're with the
but
franchise,
are you sure they're getting additional perks?
if they have
Acha.
sort of agreed to that amount, because anyways they would have gotten much double, triple. A Bumrah would have gotten triple the amount maybe, or double at least, if he would have come in the auction. So it definitely isn't the money, I feel. If I'm the captain of the franchise, I'd want my team to give at least amount to me so that I have the biggest purse when I go in the auction. That will just advantage me only. So then I can spend fully on other players at the auction table as well. So I don't think price would have been.
No, but you are
biggest
comparing. You're talking about a Mumbai Indians.
Yeah.
So how does that imply that whatever has happened in Mumbai will happen in Kolkata also? Like, what is the relation?
Because over there, players might have wanted to remain with the Mumbai Indians. That's why they were ready
Yeah.
to get retained at this price.
Yeah.
Over here, they did not want to stay. That's why they left.
No. But there's no connection, no? Like, just because a thing happens in Mumbai does not mean that it will happen there. It could be a complete, like, for example, you are not happy at certain place and you negotiate a price and you go for a less price. I'm at a different place. I may stay or leave for any reason. So it could be money also. But how does that
Money
matter
be the
that
only
for
reason.
you? That's what I'm saying. For you, it may not be the only reason. Does not mean it's. I'm just saying, what's the correlation? If it's the same player that was there in Mumbai and here, then I can agree that he had different ideas. He is a completely different entity and has a different thought process than them, which is how each person is. Whatever be the reason, the fact is, I don't want to get into like what could be the reason. Who knows? But whatever the reason, he is going to be up against a franchise which clearly did seem like either he didn't value them or they weren't, vice versa. Clearly, there will be that bit of an edge in this encounter. But in terms of changes, he has a lot to worry about. Lockie Ferguson is out. What do the team do?
I mean, anyways, with Lockie there, I really don't know what difference he would have made. He was going for runs. So I think either
They'll have to get an overseas player.
Asmatullah Omarzai. They'll have to get him in.
We can get Vijay Kumar Vaishak also. Just
That's a
without
Vishak.
overseas, yeah.
Vishak, for the promise that he's shown. Remember, he's one of those 4-5 players that have been identified by the BCCI and given a special contract, fast bowling contract. He showed some promise with RCB as well, and in that match that he came on as an impact sub was good in finding the block hole. So I found it promising.
No, I agree. They can get him, but they can then utilize an overseas slot, is what my point is. So, fine, you can get a Vijay Kumar Vishak as a fast bowler to replace him. Can you then remove a batter or an all-rounder of Indian,
No.
But do I
player and
necessarily
get an
have
overseas?
to obsess over
I mean, there is an Omarzai who's sitting out. He could be better than some of the players that are playing.
Where will he?
That's
But in
that's
place of whom?
a possibility. You have Aaron Hardy, who's been spoken a lot about.
English.
But
English is
where
there,
will you
absolutely.
play
But
them? In
again,
place of whom?
like for like, we should be looking at. No, because otherwise my team is doing just about fine. I've just lost a couple of.
Simran, Priyansh Hara to open, Shreyas at 3. You have Nihal.
I don't know.
Vadera, you
Have
wouldn't
Glenn
want to
Maxwell, Stoinis have the best season so far?
Stoinis
Then
made a
anyways,
difference in the previous match, but that's the only flash in the pan
And
we've
if
seen
they
from
go
him.
out anyways, another overseas slot will open. Anyways, if either of them are dropped. So I think, Indian batters, they have Nihal
Jansen,
Vadera,
has Jansen
Shashank.
been okay?
Jansen's been woeful.
No, but with the bat, he has been good.
But
You can get Azmatullah
No,
Omarzai.
Omarzai can come in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But at this point, I think they won't be looking at making unforced
Chahal.
changes.
I'd want to
He's a
continue
worry.
with him.
He's a worry.
He's
because-
not been utilized well, to be very honest, by Shreyas Iyer till now.
Agreed, but he's featured in every match and the opportunities he's gotten, not like he set the stage on fire.
so yeah, that's they have a problem. I mean,
They're
see,
still not able to fit in a Suryan Shedge as of now.
I don't know. Maybe today's the day he might get a chance.
In place of whom?
Remove Stoinis. You will get a better bat.
Siddharth, he gave you that flash
sixes
now.
last
Yes.
time.
Yeah, but then out of
Shami.
the 4 matches prior to that, he's been woeful. He's not bowling that much also. He bowled 4 balls. I thought he bowled well in that SRH game. Those 4 balls. Why didn't they give an extended spell?
I think
I really don't know.
For the time that teams continue to be in the top half, they're only going to make forced changes,
Yeah.
not unforced changes.
So I think just one change.
So right now for Punjab, there's a Shreyas who's striking at more than 200. There's a Priyansh who's already scored 100 and got runs in the other match as well. And Prab Simran has given me runs on 2 occasions out of the 6 matches. So as long as I'm on the winning track and there's contributions from some, I think I will, overlook what some of the other batters may be doing.
I mean, I don't know. I know the different batting position, but I'd be tempted to go with an English for one of Maxi or Stoinis, but I know that he's a top order batter vis-a-vis a middle order bat. I know that's the difference. But
You can play
how many
Bartlett as well.
games will you keep?
In place of Ferguson, you can play Bartlett.
No, too inexperienced, Xavier. But plus his BBL returns also haven't been
No, but
that
then you have
staggering.
spinners, then you're increasing. You then have Uzi.
You haven't used Harpreet
That
so far, Harpreet Brar so far.
But like for like, you need a pacer.
But Mullapur has been a low scoring sort of a ground so far. Maybe this is a good ground for them to consider and bring in someone like that.
exactly.
That way, I don't think Kolkata have those many headaches to look at in terms of their playing 11. It's, I think, pretty much straightforward. If you are KKR, I know that there are worries with the form of a few players, but I guess the Narain experiments kind of work now, being on top, so he will continue there. The rest of the batters, I mean, even though Russell hasn't come to the party, but you will, of course, carry on with Russell because of what Russell brings to the table. So yeah, I think
So far in the IPL, 4 out of the 4 innings, 200 plus has been scored. Till now.
In Mullampur.
4 innings. So this time different sort
no,
of
but
wicket
those
is
are
what-
previous seasons as well. No,
No.
This is the second game, no?
Yeah.
There.
No, this is the 3rd game over there.
Now they've had 2 games so
2
far.
games, yeah. This is the third.
So the
far
4 when you're saying are also
No,
taking the last
4
season.
innings. No. These are 4 innings.
Okay.
4 innings in this season. 4 innings by that.
Oh, the previous-
Two.
okay.
Two innings both time. Out of them, 3 times 200 has been touched.
Since 2024, Glenn Maxwell has scored only 86 runs in 13 innings in the IPL.
You have to be incredibly
That's
lucky
what I'm
to
saying.
be playing in the IPL after that kind of form.
Get an English in either place of
I think
Stoinis or Maxwell.
But that's the thing. I would have also done that.
Yeah,
but
but-
how does he bat in the position that they are? Unless everyone else pushes one spot down in terms of number 3, and then you bring English there, then Shreyas goes to 4, Nehal Vadera at 5, Shashank at 6.
Shreyas won't leave number 3.
That's not
Why
happening.
not? Why?
No.
For the sake of the team, you can't make one.
The best batter he is of the team as of now. You won't shift his position. That's for the
How
sake
much
of the
difference
team.
does it make from 3 to 4, yeah?
It won't make sense, to be very
I
honest.
doubt as well.
See, it's for the team only. I'm saying for the team only. He'll do it for the team only.
Although, first Punjab, if they have to have some serious contention, they have to take their catches. They have dropped the most catches in this IPL. Proportion wise, CSK are right up there with them.
Yeah.
PBKS CSK. That's why I called it the drop catch derby, no? CSK versus PBKS. It's called a drop catch derby for a reason. Both teams shell catches as if there is no tomorrow.
Yesterday there was, what would you call it? Misfielding derby. Because you had CSK on one
Any
end
day before, yes.
and LSG.
No, I'd call the
He
Guru
throws off
Shishya derby.
yesterday.
That's
I
what
would-
I'm saying now. What would you call
I
it?
would have called it a Guru Shishya derby.
We
I
eventually
used
called
that
it. But
as a thumb for myself.
woeful numbers both sides have in terms of runouts and catches dropped.
This you know what you're calling it, no? This PBKS KKR match.
This is, I think, grudge. This is
No.
a grudge match.
It's the Veer Zara derby. Veer
Yeah.
and Zara.
Ah,
Why not?
That's
It
a
is.
good one.
It's the Veer Zara derby.
it is a good one.
Okay, let's get down to some questions.
Yep, and it's two Mumbai guys leading two different franchises in the IPL. Wow.
Yeah, and the one who's leading Mumbai is not from Mumbai.
Exactly. He's from
Dex.
Baroda.
One simple question. Is it Dhoni's last IPL, yes or no? We've already answered that question, Dex. Good question, but we've answered that. Three of them have said no. Only I have said yes. Ram Gautam from the US says, using net run rate as a qualifying factor should go. Fans feel cheated when teams give up tough chases midway, but just play for net run rate. Thoughts?
What is the other matrix then? If you don't have the NRR, either they do the FIFA World Cup way. Play all, if there is any kind of a net run rate kind of a situation, play all the games simultaneously. You don't know then.
No. What
you
he's
can
trying
do
to
it.
say is that even previous games, let's say before the final game, you're talking about the final game. No, his point is that even leading up to those last few games, if there's a big total, you will not go chasing that, because if you chase that, you can be all out and have a big gap. You'll rather take it just deep, and even if you lose, you just want to maintain the net run rate. So you know the match will be lost, but just let me get the net run rate. That's his thought.
But what is the other matrix then?
The other matrix can be, which sometimes is done in football. They don't look at, if you don't want to look at goal difference, which is pretty much like net run rate, which is not great. You could look at a head-to-head, like who beat who in the league. That could be first. So the problem with net run rate is if three teams are tied on the same points, and then if you're looking at head-to-head, then it could be he beat you, you beat me, but I beat him, and then we can be still tied. So then head-to-head or last encounter between each also can be a tie. Maybe then the third metric can be net run rate. So if it gets
I'd
to a
rather
tie,
stick with net run rate, because if I'm looking at finding better teams, I don't care much about the venue or who played home, who played away. If I'm looking at competition, if I'm trying to filter out the best teams, of course the margin of defeat defines that for me. And
yeah,
net
but-
run rate
but his
is a
point
representation
fair.
of
His
that.
point is fair. No, then a lot of teams are not going to are not going for the wins. They just want to make their net run rate all right.
Yeah,
in some
it's
scenarios,
it's
you'll have that.
In football, it's your
Yeah,
it's
you
your,
would play
it's your
a-
call, right? Whether you if
play
you're
a
1-0
defensive-
down,
yeah, but that's
you
what I'm
get
saying.
defensive.
But there was a thought there, no, that this can be quite painful. It's slowing the game down.
But both ways it works. Now you run the risk. If I'm 1-0 down, then I'm running the risk. Okay, if I'm taking a defender out, putting in an extra attacker, that becomes 2-0 and away leg, then things get tricky for me. So these things, they work both ways.
But again, head to head, you have to play. I mean, if it's in a season, you have to play each other twice. But there is that situation where only one in your group you play, but then in the other you play only 1-1-1.
Yeah, you play
Yeah,
only
so
one team
Nokia
twice.
is finally fit
Alrighty then.
and he's back in place of Moeen. He comes in for KKR. That's the one change there. Shreyas Iyer does not remember the changes. That's
Yeah.
whether
It's a
I'm
Mumbai
still
thing.
Waiting for the team.
Let's get down to the question. Ashish Dhar says LSG owner to KL last year was like Amrish Puri. एक दिन सिर्फ एक दिन owner बन के देखो, आटे दाल का भाव समझ आ जाएगा.
तब तुमसे सवाल मैं करूंगा. This is from Nayak.
Nayak, yeah.
CM, एक दिन CM challenge.
The memes haven't stopped, huh?
Yeah.
chatter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Benji says, why only 3 more years? MS will play till IPL 33-34. This is a comment to all you guys who picked 3 years. Shashwat and you, both.
I am being realistic. Perhaps it could happen.
33-34.
27, that is more realistic than 33. What in 33-34 he'll be 52. 52, 53.
50 at 50 he can't be playing the IPL.
I know that he may be inspired by a 64-year child from Portugal, but don't show him that video, otherwise he could be inspired.
Does he walk?
No, he's actually in the dressing room. It's Mushir Khan. I'll tell you the
He's mocking, he's
Mushir Khan
imitating
walks
somebody.
In Shreyas Iyer really well. He was just doing that back. That's it.
He mocks because he does do
Yeah.
like that. Na? So.
बात तो सही
He
है.
does a very good imitation of Shreyas.
Rakesh Bhushan says, Dear Nikhil, how much ever we debate next 3 years CSK team is formed and given current form of players, MSD walks into any 11 today because major frontline batters are pathetic right now and not in form. Maybe that also is a good point, that maybe he will delay his retirement just looking at the rest of the team. What they've assembled is
No, but whatever they've assembled couldn't have been without his
yeah,
inputs.
but so it's fine. He got it wrong. Now what to do? Live with it and rectify it by playing for 3 more years. Okay. Shubham Gar wants to know, you said that how would Bumrah have been sold for triple the amount?
Double, I said.
Double
That's
is-
why I corrected
No.
and said double.
No, he said triple.
I said
But he
once,
said
but then I
double.
corrected immediately. I thought triple is too. That's why.
Zyada ho gaya.
Yeah, I corrected and said double.
Okay.
Shubham Garg is waiting and every day ready.
Yes. You have to be careful
Yeah,
with
yeah.
every word you say.
That's why I corrected immediately.
Very good.
Then there.
Karthik Priyadarshan is saying, tired of hearing Dhoni is CSK. No, this Dhoni is CSK is a post-lockdown media-built narrative. Please answer that, Siddharth.
Karthik, it's been there ever since CSK was formed. Please. It's been there ever since the franchisee was formed. Everything revolves around MS Dhoni only.
Two very big news for Punjab Kings.
Wow.
They've dropped Stoinis.
There you go.
Josh Inglis comes in.
There you go.
And the second person is Xavier Bartlett. Who comes
Australian
For
Kings.
Lockie.
for Lockie.
For Lockie, yeah,
I
that's the
want
change that
Maxwell's
they've made.
luck in life.
Yeah,
I
Maxwell.
think the
But-
only person he shared some of his luck with is Vijay Shankar, given how many chances he gets every time he walks out to bat.
I agree, but with Maxwell, you know, that's that one thing that you go for. Maybe
It's not
today
happened
is
in
the
16
day.
innings as we
No,
saw.
I
He's,
agree.
you know, he's. I'll tell you.
16 matches, season is gone.
No, but I'll tell you.
16
It's
matches,
like,
one season is
you remember
gone.
Mohammad Kaif once said we used to think every day in the dressing room that today we'll drop Prithvi Shaw, but then we used to come on the ground and think today is the day. That exactly happens with. If I have a Glenn Maxwell in my team, I'll go through this every game. I'll feel today maybe it's the day when I need to drop him, but somewhere down the, somewhere inside, I will think that today could be the day where he could. See, because you know that on his day, nobody else will be talked about. It will be just Maxwell. And he's the second, now today the third spinner, but he's usually been your second spinner as well.
He has been, yes, I agree. And I guess with him, it's that X factor. And it's an abused word, and people will, get upset with
other
that.
players get exploited because of
no,
his...
No, I agree. That's why I'm saying it's overused and abused word. And rightly so, people are critical of that as well. But that is that. What do you do? And let's not forget, there's Ricky Ponting in that dressing room who believes in a Glenn Maxwell, who gave him a lecture that
So
believe in the powers that you have.
Stoinis after 4 sixes back to Mohammad Shami.
Who's Stoinis, yeah?
Yeah, 4 back-to-back
But
sixes.
you
in the
could
last
only
over.
keep one, so you had to make a choice, Maxi or Stoinis. So you went with
So the
Maxi.
Australian Kings.
Because of the
Also
spin.
spin, yeah. Slowest.
Though Maxi bowled decent 4-5 balls when he came in for Lockie, he had to finish that over.
Lockie or Stoinis came to finish that over.
That's what I said. No, though Stoinis also bowled well when he came in to fill in for Lockie.
Even with the ball, he's not contributed much. Maxwell. He's not been given that many overs also.
And they'll again.
I don't know whether
Kumar Vishyak still won't get an opportunity. It will
He
be.
got the
Yash
important
Thakur.
wicket of Pant, I remember. Maxwell.
Yeah. But Pant at that time, 4-5 matches back, was totally out of ideas when you look at it. Rakesh Bhushan, dear Nikhil, form of
No,
Sky,
they've
right?
done that.
Form of Sky, okay.
No,
that's the
Vacha,
second
हाँ,
one.
हाँ, हाँ.
Form of Sky right from international T20 till this IPL has dropped considerably, and it's a big sample size. Aren't we worried? Has MSD talks diverted all of us from the core issue of Sky? Second part, no. But yes, it is a worry. We are worried about Suryakumar Yadav, the batter, not so much as a captain when you look at it.
Karthik Priyadarshan says, I have watched a game in Chepauk every year, and the following in Tamil Nadu for CSK has remained the same and will remain even after Dhoni. Karthik, you appreciate your positive outlook towards that, but then that's also an assumption. I hope it remains, and I know that people in Chennai are really passionate about the team, but a lot of it has to do with Dhoni.
Yes.
But one thing I can guarantee, that the popularity of CSK will drop in the rest of the country once Dhoni goes. In Chennai may still be there because they will back their team. But rest of the country that you're seeing visuals of Lucknow and wherever, in Delhi when he'll play, or Bombay he plays, or wherever people turn up, that I think will end.
It won't be painted yellow that often.
Yeah.
So AJ is like telling me, yesterday you were told a stroller.
Telling you?
Yes, Sid.
He was told that he's a troller.
Sis.
Typo.
DNS.
Typo. Yeah.
No, sometimes it's a friendly way.
Yeah. Yesterday you were told a stroller and today you proved it right. Okay. Why you mock Dhoni every time without any reason? That's not good. But
by the way, Agent, nobody called him a troller yesterday. It was a miscommunication. The only one who did was sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Nobody else did.
Bater. Right here.
Okay, Saraj Chandra is saying, Nihil sir, even Puran is overhyped. I know, but I am going to stop there and right there. I'm not even going to read the rest of the question. So his argument is, he said, I only accept a player to be good when he does well on tricky surfaces, not flat ones. Anyone can hit. We saw him in slow pitch in Lucknow and even in T20 World Cup.
He hit a 40 ball, 33 ball 40 as well on the tricky wicket.
No, yaar, come on. Saraj Chandra.
No, and one thing I disagree over here. Everything, but one thing specifically, that when Puran comes to bat, it looks like he's batting on a different track and everybody else is struggling.
Exactly.
He plays his shots and he makes the wicket look easy when it's not. I don't agree.
Saraj Chandra, we love you, but this one, we will not take it.
Unless you mean somebody by the name of Nicholas Puran Singh, perhaps.
He is enjoying it. He does the Daler Mehndi dance, loves Dal Makhani.
Sings Hindi songs better than Indian players.
How are you so sure about that he's singing it much better than the Indian players? You've heard every Indian player sing.
No. Suresh Raina sings very well.
No, I'm saying generally, not...
Don't stick on to every
word.
Don't take revenge for yesterday.
By the way, the best singer that I've encountered in Indian team was Sanjay Manjrekar.
Yeah. He has an album also.
He has an album, yes.
2 albums.
Yes.
He's a huge Kishore Kumar fan.
Harpreet Barar is a rapper. I told you that.
Yes.
I just made you listen to it.
Yeah, but Punjab Kings are not my favorite. They're not playing my favorite.
He's done one song with where Arshdeep is is in the music video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
We'll check that out. Okay.
Is it launched or not? Is it going to come? Something like that. But 1-2 songs is launched already. Some Punjabi Monday, something like this.
Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan is saying, Nikhil, IPL retirement is different from international retirement. Suppose Etihad Airways have invested for 3 years. It's with Dhoni included. Don't think he could just retire on his own. I don't think that any team signs on a contract with a sponsor that, okay, we'll have these players. So, yeah, there is no clause there. I'm sure that must have been a thought process, but each advertiser or sponsor, when he comes on board, knows fully well that the franchise reserves the right to, not have that player, or the player also reserves the right of not continuing next season, or in the worst case scenario, a player gets injured. So you cannot take the contract back. It's a 3-year, okay, I want to pull out because I actually invested. And this one is injured, what do I do? That doesn't happen like that. But if Dhoni himself takes a call, who knows? Anshu Mishra, Nikhil sir, do one initiative with Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Phelps, Kylian Mbappe, Roger Federer and AB de Villiers, and ask them what is the reason for them to dominate their respective sports this long.
What a list, man.
Should have asked me for the moon.
I know.
What a list.
What a list. It's a dream team for...
RE says Klaasen is overrated. No.
In
IPL, agreed.
Quote unquote.
Agreed.
He's had good knocks, but not overrated. But I agree, he's not really been as effective as he was in international.
For
Let's be
20
Last year was a very good season.
No,
for
I
him.
agree.
His numbers.
I agree.
But
That's what
set
I'm
up by
saying, not
Travis Sheik.
overrated.
Yeah, at the depth for anyone to be hitting at 200, his numbers were stunning.
Travis Sheik set up Heinrich Klaasen in that sense. So yes, that's the way.
Okay, last comment before we wind up. Okay, Ashish has a feedback for you, Shashwat. I'm not going to read it. You just read it yourself. Inside. Andar. Okay, freaking awesome says KKR are going to play in Mullapur for the first time. Although KKR is the most successful chasing side in IPL, they have never chased above 207. PBKS should set a target of 200 plus. Good point. Let's see.
This I didn't know. KKR are going to play in Mullapur for the first time.
You only had a bunch of games last year.
You played only one, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah, stadium was only inaugurated last year, na?
Yep. So predictions, guys. What do you think?
Good one. Let's go.
I'm going to be the one to back KKR today. I want this table to get interesting. I don't want there to be a gap between those.
It's not what you want. What are you reading, sir?
I'm not reading much right now. I want to see this match as a neutral.
But you're here to read the game.
I know, and I think we've done that, and we'll be doing that going forward.
So read the game and tell us.
Today, I want to. The heart wants. I'm just putting the head aside right now. The heart.
No, please tell us what your head is also saying.
Okay, so the head says that
That's getting so excited.
No, the visual that was shown. She used to work here with us.
Oh.
Yes.
Anyhow, doesn't matter. Head says it's going to be KKR as well.
Good.
So heart and head converge. They agree with each other.
+1 KKR. I think Punjab have made too many changes which are forced. They don't look a stable combination, and KKR all bases covered. Spin, especially in Mullapur, spin will play a big role, and KKR spinners are far better than the Punjab Kings. So yes, KKR.
You don't have to tell. I know. Should I say it for you?
No, I always.
Punjab is going to win. Shreyas Iyer will hit 100. And
that's not how. That day Delhi Mumbai game, I predicted Mumbai to win. Honestly.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did he, Pawan?
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't.
Pawan
Even there, he was off. You were there. Yes. But you don't remember. I did.
I'm sticking with
Indians.
you. I'm backing you.
Yeah,
mid innings you must have.
No, all through.
No, he woke up that day feeling it's not Delhi's day.
I vote that day.
No, I know it's Totka. He said they need a slump.
No.
So they have to start losing.
No, it felt that day the dimension and the wicket, it seemed like Mumbai Indians.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Today also I feel Punjab Kings, and the only reason is I feel they're much more settled and they're using their resources a little better than
You're contradicting him. He's saying they're not settled. You're saying
the reason why I know that they have few forced changes, but those changes have been like for like changes. Bartlett coming in, I get that maybe you wanted to increase a spinning option in your team, which I think should have done long back because they were playing just one full-time spinner in UZ Chahal till now. And also for Josh Inglis, I think I would have personally wanted a few more opportunities for Marcus Stoinis, but if you made that choice, Josh Inglis comes in for him. But unit is the combination is really settled the same way.
Yeah. So it's 2-1.
I am going with Abki Bar KKR.
Yes.
In this game, because I think slightly better team, and I agree with Siddharth. I think slightly more settled, don't have to make too many changes, know their team, and they have that option that when they needed Moin last game because of a spin friendly track, you can take him out, get a Nokia in. Though Nokia would be tested, he's coming off an injury, and he's been expensive in the past. That'll be a test, but I'm saying they at least have these options, right, to fluctuate. So yeah, with that in mind, I am going with KKR.
And Punjab are batting first.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's see.
On that note, we're going to take your leave. You guys all be good. Mid innings, join us. But of course, for the post match, long show.
Yes.
Plenty of stories coming your way. Do check them out.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.